Hey everyone, Angelo here, homeless filmmaker in LA. Been living in my car for 16 months now. It's like day 10, I guess, technically 11 of the official shutdown in LA. It's March 29th, and wondering how many people out there aren't going to be able to pay their bills April 1st. I know it's a lot of people in LA. Holy crap, there's going to be a lot of people angry because they can't pay their rent, and yet the LA City Council, who's about half filled with landlords, and who wouldn't recuse themselves from voting on this, and wouldn't really answer for what their positions were, voted against a proper rent freeze, eviction on moratoriums. Yeah, there's sort of moratorium on evictions, and there's sort of one, but it's not nearly enough, and you have to apply for it, and if you miss the window to apply for it, you're going to get evicted, and that's going to be on your record when landlords look at it for the next 7 years. So it's a disaster. These pathetic, greedy fucks who would like you to be convinced that, oh yeah, we can afford $2 trillion, $4 trillion, $6 trillion to bail out companies, but you want to help tenants? Oh, No, you're being divisive. You should work harder. All you greedy landlords, if you can't afford to go 3 months without rent while you all get mortgage moratoriums, mortgage freezes, then maybe you shouldn't go to Starbucks so much. You shouldn't buy so many lattes. You don't need the newest iPhone. Where are the parents of these landlords that didn't raise them better? There are a lot of tenant protections in place that landlords ignore in order to harass them and sue them into eviction. You landlords, you got to learn to follow the law. Just follow the law and you won't have trouble. But I'm wondering how many people won't be able to pay their bills. So many people are out of work now. In California alone, 1 million people filed for unemployment. And that's with about 3.3 million people filing across the country. And that's in a little over a week of this shutdown. How's it going to look in a week from now when we explode with even more infections and more shutdowns and people are dying and already hospitals are filling up so quickly? So I'm wondering how many people can't. I'm only barely able to get by, basically because I contacted just about every company I owe bills to and said, hey, I need help with this, and some of them are being really good about it. My bank, I haven't heard back. You can apply to get a delay in your credit card bill, and I haven't heard back from that. But either way, fuck them. What am I going to pay with? T-Mobile, they're able to, they're delaying payments 60 days. Thank goodness. So I'm still going to owe an assload of money then. What else? Car insurance. They're promising not to make anyone's coverage lapse for non-payment until April 30th, and then if you need more help you can apply then, because I said, hey, I know you're doing that until April 30th, but I need any additional help I can get. I forget if there's anywhere else I checked with that I owe money to. Planet Fitness, fortunately they're freezing all payments right now. Because I was considering just closing my membership, because I'm like, even when if they open back up in a month or two, I don't want to go back there because I don't think it'll be safe. And now I know I can just shower in the street. And since it gets a little cold at night here, what I've been doing, putting my water bottles in my sleeping bag by my feet so that, one, I can sleep comfortably, but also so it keeps them warm overnight. So when I wake up and then I go to find a spot where I can shower, with the water bottles, they're relatively warm. They're not they're not even body temperature, but they're just warm enough to where it doesn't knock the wind out of me. So that's pretty good. If you need to know how to, keep your water warm if you're going to shower in your car, because a lot more people will be doing that soon. That's how you do it. Get a Sub-Zero sleeping bag, if you can, and you can get them at Walmart, but you can also get them at military surplus stores, although those stores, I don't know if they're selling out now, because the one I went to in Alexandria, Virginia, it's not like they had a ton of these. And get a Sub-Zero sleeping bag. I got a really good one that's mummy style, so it wraps around your whole body basically like a mummy's tomb or like a cocoon. And just drop the water bottles down by your feet. and keep yourself warm. I've been having pains in the nerve in my left shoulder blade. I think a lot of that is because I'm so obsessively looking at the news on my phone like this. It hurts my arm, and I had that problem too back in 2017. And also maybe because I'm not doing back exercises really now. I'm only doing chest, and it's like the muscles are out of balance now. My chest muscles are like pulling my body forward, but I'm not having that back strength now because I'm doing lots of push-ups and I don't have weights to do proper back exercises. So maybe partly both of those things. So certain things I'm doing are helping. One, stretching, and I've been neglecting stretching for a week. That, you talk about muscles tightening, that will make your muscles tighten. So I've been stretching the last 2 days, feel a lot better. Also, there's a technique where what I learned from Bob and Brad on the physical therapists on YouTube. They call themselves the most popular physical therapists on YouTube. Try and make your shoulder blades touch and back. You can never make them touch. It just try and move them as if you're trying to make them touch. Squeeze them back, and that helps alleviate the pain a lot. And also chin tucks. So it's like almost like sliding your head back like it's a cabinet drawer. Ow, that hurt, turning my arm like this. Like this. See? And do that. So I do that multiple times a day. And do this and try and get blood flowing. I'm not trying to just stop workouts. I'm just trying to, keep stretching. And, what the fuck they looking at? And, keep exercising and just maintain good form. Try not to do sudden movements that are going to hurt my shoulder blade. And a lot of people get these problems when they start doing lots of push-ups. Because, I don't know, I guess it's like, yeah, you're only working that front part of your body. Yeah, it works your back a little bit, but it's getting hot in my car. And I'm doing lots of reading, some writing. Occasionally I get into someone's house where I can, I'm looking at a piece of plastic bag that's black. It looks like a rat crawling across the grass, where I can study 3D animation a little. I've been slacking on that though. And just trying to eat healthy. I got my oatmeal, apple cider vinegar, multivitamins, hand sanitizers. Dollar store is always out of tissues, so I just get these from the food bank. A bunch of napkins to blow my nose because my allergies are so bad. Just try and keep exercising. Lots of leg exercises. Arms, I just do push-ups and dips, and I got to get over this pain in my arms, so I'm trying I got to listen to my body, stop looking at the phone, or at least if I look at the phone, do it with my right hand. But that repetitive motion, it'll hurt you. So April 1st, again, man, a lot of people, they're in denial about how other people cannot pay their bills. They're like, well, you should have saved up more. I say, hey, landlords, and CEOs, if your company needs a bailout after a week of being shut down, where were your parents? They should have raised you better. You should have known not to be so greedy and not save enough money for an emergency like this. Where's your emergency funds? And then you go running to the government, you want help, and you still run the same way. They still run them where they're doing greedy stuff, like not giving workers protective gear, not giving them hazard pay, paid sick leave. Well, we ignore all that, and then we got this cult in this country, this fart-sniffing, boot-licking cult. Like, yes, rich CEO, I love you, thank you for your milk, let me lick your boots clean. You should have worked harder, you poor person. It's not the CEO's fault that they have billions of dollars and they don't want to give their workers paid sick leave. You should have worked harder. Yeah, that's what they want. When they give you a little milk, they squeeze out a little milk for you. You're like, oh my goodness, if I say something nice about rich people, maybe I'll be rich too. You fucking bootlickers. I know what it's like because I was one of you. I was exactly like that. I thought the homeless deserved to be where they were. I didn't think that, we actually have enough housing to house every homeless person in the country. We have enough vacant housing. We just don't want to. That's it. Answer for that. If you disagree with me on that, answer for that. Explain that. Why is it that we have all this vacant housing that we're paying for? Keep in mind, cities and counties pay for these vacant houses to maintain them and vacant apartment buildings. And yet, we can't just put homeless people in there. We somehow think it's better for them to get sick and die on the streets. And also, if you've seen in Pennsylvania, there's a building that's an abandoned hospital, and the landlord, this, of course, rich white fuck, wants $1 million a month to rent, and the city apparently is unwilling to do that, doesn't want to enact eminent domain to do that, and so they're not able to have a hospital there. I think it's in Philadelphia. Why is that? And why aren't people saying, oh, that's the greedy person, that's the selfish, lazy fuck who just wants free money. Let's just give me that money. Give me that money so you can get your hospital open. Nope, people are like, the poor should work harder. Motherfuckers, you simple fucks, the poor work so hard as it is. So many of them have 2-3 jobs and are dying right now. And been dying even before this. There was a slow-going emergency before this. Now this just made it go so much more rapidly. April 1st, again, man, I'm just waiting to see. This is 2 days or 3 days from now. What's it going to be like when all of a sudden hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people cannot pay their rent? And they're expecting health insurance to go up, premiums by 40% next year. How the hell are people going to pay for that? How are they going to pay for it? And then, how are people going to pay their bills May 1st? Because this isn't going to be over through April. It's getting worse. So anyways, let me know. Let me know your situation. And man, the symptoms I'm reading of people, horrible, horrible pain. Even the ones who are surviving. A lot of people don't have symptoms. And then a lot of people do. And it's absolutely excruciating. One person I read couldn't eat for 9 days. And he was throwing up and he could barely walk. He had to go to the emergency room twice. And he's only now just barely getting over it, like just getting to recovery. He still has all his symptoms. So take it seriously. I just saw a group of people walk by, like 10 kids walk by. Like, people aren't thinking. All right, everyone. Let me know. Stay inside.